Hollywood's working hard on a reboot, but it's not another Top Gun movie. It's Joe Biden. Our 80-year-old sandbag-addled president's getting a movie makeover, courtesy of Tinseltown producer Jeffrey Katzenberg. And he sure needs it. 74% of Americans think the country's on the wrong track, and 68% are concerned about the president's physical and mental health. To save his shot at re-election, the movie mogul thinks Biden should own his age and turn it into an asset, the same way fellow old guys Harrison Ford and Mick Jagger have done. And while Biden works on getting swole like Indiana Jones, looks like he's got some competition. RFK Jr. getting ready for a Democrat debate while looking like the most jacked presidential candidate in history. Biden still won't agree to the matchup, but how about a push-up contest?
Let's go. Let's go. One more. Up.
Dana Perino, as
I'm so glad you went to me first.
female and an undecided voter.
Oh, okay. Is that what I am?
When you see RFK Jr. like that, does that make you reconsider voting for him?
Oh, gosh, you've really put me on the spot there. I'm impressed, right? At 69 years old, I think it is interesting. He's trying to show the contrast. While Hollywood is telling the White House, just embrace Biden's age. It's not, the thing is, as we've said before, everyone ages differently at a different rate. That's not your fault. A lot of it has nothing to do with it. Now, you could maybe take care of yourself. You could do a lot of exercise, et cetera. But sometimes it's just genetics. Sometimes things happen to you as you age. And we all have eyes and ears. We can see what's happening with Joe Biden. That's why those numbers are what they are. Those numbers are based on likely voters or registered voters, Republicans, independents, and Democrats, not just Republican voters who think Joe Biden shouldn't move forward. It's actually Democrats who are concerned about his age. So I understand that desire. I do think that RFK Jr. should probably run as an independent because there are more independents in this country, registered independents, than there are Republicans and Democrats. He's not going to get the debate with Biden. He's just not going to get it. And if he wants to actually make a dent, and this could be the year where a third party, do you think that Manchin is a better third party candidate than RFK Jr.? Like, to me, I think that
I
that's
haven't seen Manchin with his shirt off, but.
But the other thing I would like to say is well, do you want to? We could make that, see if we can get that on at 7 or 8 p.m. tonight.
Stop it.
But I also love the idea of comparing Joe Biden to Harrison Ford. So Katzenberg's like, I know what you should do. You should just make this like a little story. Well, anytime the left listens to Hollywood, they end up in this little bit of a pickle. This is not a storybook. These people are dealing with real issues, real lives. They've got real problems, and they're concerned about their choices going into 2024.
Greg Gutfeld, you've embraced your age.
Yes,
Wow.
I have. What point are you trying to make, Mr. 8 o'clock?
Oh, shut up.
Mr. I'm so important now because I have a new job. Screw you. Look, that guy, RFK Jr., he's in amazing shape. Yeah. Unbelievable shape for 70. But it's easy when you have all that free time. He doesn't drink. Like when you don't drink, that immediately that frees you up. The guy's he's a fisherman, he's an explorer, he's a writer. He does all of these things because he's just got to fill up that day.
So you're saying if you didn't have 2 shows, you'd look like that?
Oh, I do look like that already. I just choose to hide. By the way, this is very clever of him.
Yeah?
He's not calling out Joe for being old and feeble. He's allowing the viewer to make that comparison himself by just showing what great shape he is. He is. That's a natural. I mean, I'm not making an accusation. I'm not saying that he might be doing testosterone with a double of Ozempic, but who knows? But it's interesting to me, and I know that a lot of people think that he's fringy, and he will have certain beliefs about vaccines that are troubling. But it's so interesting to me when people that are considered outside the world of health look like that. And the people who are criticizing him, like Hotez, who looks like he spent his entire life in the cake aisle at ShopRite, it's pretty funny that the so-called MDs and experts always look sick. But it's the people with the unorthodox ideas that look like that. And I think it's because people who are into health and fitness tend to have an open mind, and their mind gets too open.
Yeah.
So they'll be, I'm going to try this supplement. I'm going to try this hormone. But I also think this, so you get that kind of weird thing. last point about, I think it makes sense that Hollywood would pair with Joe Biden because he's living life like an actor. He has to stand on his mark. He reads his lines. He has no more depth than exactly what he's doing right there at that moment, and then he goes home. He actually works at a set, right? They have a set for the Oval Office. He truly is a cog in a larger enterprise. The only thing that's missing for this poor guy is a stuntman. Because of anything that Joe needs is a stuntman. He keeps falling. He's going to kill himself. If he just get him a stuntman.
It's because men and women are equal, Judge. Do you think that female presidential candidates should take a page out of RFK? You're looking at me like you're going to kill me.
No, what I'm going to tell you is don't even finish the question,
Okay,
Jesse.
you know, I
don't
better
even
do
go
that.
there. Look, do you want to go there?
Please, let's not.
Okay. First of all, what Greg is saying is accurate. All politics is theater. It is theater. And if anyone thinks it's anything other than theater, they don't know what real politics is all about. It's about an image. It's about you having your lines. It's about you appearing before people as a wonderful guy who wants to kiss babies when you want to be in the back smoking a cigar and having a drink, okay? The amazing part of it is when Hollywood and TikTok, I mean, you know, Biden is not so stupid in embracing those people, TikTok and Hollywood.
Yeah.
But, you know, you would think, by the way, that for 50 years in office, he's been in public life for 50 years, he'd figured it out by now. And the idea that Katzenberg said, you know, look at Mick Jagger dancing across the stage. First of all, Joe Biden couldn't walk across the stage. And then he was, you know, he should be able to sing and all that stuff. He would need a teleprompter for the words. But that's not the point. The point is that the Democrats have gotten together. They've made a decision. He's our guy. And the Republicans should do that. And I believe that if Donald Trump becomes a nominee and he is at least 30 points ahead of everyone else, then I still don't think the Republicans are going to come together. And you have to admire the Democrats for what they do. They are one party, and that's the end of it, one candidate. Now, as for RFK, I'm impressed with the guy. I am very impressed with him. Now, I know that he was always a river keeper, he's an environmental guy. I know that he truly believes in what he says and does. And that's why I think America is going to like him. He's not a politician. He's not a candidate. He says what he believes and what he thinks. And I love these little videos. I mean, he goes to the border. He goes, you know, to the crime areas. You know, he's a real guy who's talking about real issues that Americans want to talk about. And so, you know, I think that, you know, Joe Biden, whether or not, you know, he's a candidate, I mean, it seems that way, but he doesn't need Hollywood to tell him what to do.
How does the Biden White House see this prison-type workout that RFK Jr. is doing?
I do not think they care at all.
They've seen it, though.
Well, everyone's seen it. How you felt about it varies depending on your political affiliation. And I hate to be Debbie Downer, but I'm paid to do so. So I'm going to tell you again.
To be Debbie Downer?
Yes. No real live Democrats that believe in the Democratic Party and what it stands for, like RFK. They also do not think that that is natural, to Greg's point. Don't know what he's on, don't want to surmise. It's not normal for a 70-year-old. There also weren't that many weights on that bar. I'm just pointing it out.
Weight shaming.
Wow.
Wait,
And I'm not saying they were lady push-ups.
Why is that not normal for a 70-year-old? Don't even go there, all right?
Well,
a lot
I'm gonna
of people
go there.
are in
If
great shape when they're 70.
I'm sorry.
Men and women.
Sure, my mom is 70 and she looks amazing. But that man's body does not look like any 70-year-old, did not look like what my dad looked like, even before he had
Did your
cancer.
dad work out constantly? This guy's working out constantly.
So how
Don't
about this?
take it away from him.
I don't want a guy who could be an assistant trainer at Planet Fitness to be the president.
Really? Well, then why
That's
do you want Gavin Newsom? Isn't he the good-looking? Isn't that
How
what
about, I'm
he's
not
all
looking to
about?
hire anyone based on how attractive they are. I'm interested in their policies.
It's a factor.
And RFK is.
It's a factor.
Sure, being good-looking helps in life tremendously, no matter what you're doing.
Tell me about it. You know, but Joe, think about this, Jessica. Think about him participating with other world leaders that aren't in good shape.
Justin
right?
Trudeau could take him in a second.
Oh my
no
God.
way.
That is
Fall off.
disgusting. How dare you?
Yeah, how dare me? I'm the offensive one at the table. So there was a poll this weekend that came out from NBC that had Biden beating Trump by 4, but had him tied with DeSantis and losing to DeSantis in the swing states by 6 points. At the same time, you see Republicans generally consolidating around Trump, right? So the signals coming out are if it's Trump, you'll lose the general. And it doesn't appear that Republicans are getting that message. And there are people, raising popularity. Tim Scott, for instance, is doing better. Chris Christie is picking up a little bit of steam, still at 5-6%. So Biden is sitting there thinking, okay, it's going to be the guy thrice indicted, maybe, what is it? How would you say, four times indicted, whatever, by the end of the
Quad-dicted.
Quad-dicted.
Yes.
And he's sitting there saying, I'm up over 20 points with women. I'm up 35 points with 18 to 34-year-olds. Latinos, that number is back up. And he had been struggling with them, 66,
Okay,
26.
can we just talk about him with his shirt off? I mean, you're boring everybody in the audience with numbers.
I said, I led with, I am paid to be Debbie Downer, and so I'm here for that anyway.
You got to admit, look at that.
Okay.
Look at those
Come on.
triceps.
I mean, how dare you accuse
The
him of
man-
being on
just 'cause he's
testosterone?
70
The man
years
thinks
old.
water turns people transgender. He cannot be president.
Is that true?
What?
That's
He
why I
said
don't
it
drink
on Joe
water.
Rogan.
Coming up next.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.